On April 29, 2013, a Boeing 747 cargo jet lifted off from Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan. It was National Airlines Flight 102, headed to Dubai. Seconds later, it would be back on the ground, fatally, because of a chain of decisions that started long before the runway. Here's the cause-to-effect timeline. Cause 1. The cargo. The 747-400 BCF was carrying 5 mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicles, MRAPs. Each weighs well over 10 tons, oversized, dense, with a high center of mass. They're notoriously hard to secure. Cause 2. Restraint planning. The loading team used straps, chains, and floor fittings to hold those vehicles in place. But the number, type, and placement of restraints didn't fully account for the forces of takeoff, especially rotation, when the nose lifts and weight shifts aft. Some fittings weren't rated for the loads they were asked to carry. Cause 3. Documentation and oversight. Procedures and training did not sufficiently stress worst-case G-loads, redundancy, what happens if a restraint fails. On paper, it looked acceptable. In physics, it wasn't. Effect 1. The takeoff roll. Everything seems normal. Speed builds. The crew rotates. In that instant, inertia pulls the heavy cargo backward. Effect 2. Load shift. At least one MRAP breaks loose, slamming aft. The aircraft's center of gravity moves beyond safe limits, like putting all the weight on the tail of a seesaw. The nose pitches up aggressively. Effect 3. Loss of control. At a steep angle and low airspeed, the 747 approaches an aerodynamic stall. The crew fights back, thrust up, pitch down, but there isn't enough altitude to recover. The aircraft stalls, rolls, and impacts just beyond the runway. All 7 on board are killed. Investigators later concluded the core cause was improper cargo securement, inadequate restraint strength and configuration for the size and mass of the vehicles, plus gaps in procedures and training. They also flagged aircraft damage from the shifting load as a compounding factor. So what changed? Stronger rules on restraint calculations, clearer guidance for oversized loads, more conservative limits when cargo is tall, heavy, or off-center, and culture. If the math isn't bulletproof, the flight doesn't go. The lesson is simple, and it scales from a pickup to a 747. Mass in motion obeys physics, not paperwork. Secure for the forces you will see, and the ones you hope you won't. Remember National Airlines Flight 102 not just as a tragedy, but as a boundary line that pushed the industry to do better. Because in